I feel dating in this country has changed a lot. The economic reality has basically shaped the way we seek companionship. So we have a lot of situations where a lot of people are going about life with a lot of baggages.
So the women are struggling, the men are struggling. How can we manage that kind of struggle?
I think the first thing is we need to tell ourselves the truth. A lot of ladies are expecting something and a lot of guys are expecting another thing. We can only get to a midpoint when we understand the dynamics of the different sexes, right? We're in a situation where a lot of guys don't even understand themselves and a lot of girls overbelieve themselves.
Exactly.
You understand? What does that mean? A lot of girls are overvaluing what they are bringing to the table. That's why you see a lot of situations where when a guy leaves this country to another country, it seems like, wow, how come everybody's looking at me this way? How come I'm desired by so many other ladies from other countries? But in Nigeria, I seem to be like the bottom barrel.
Welcome to the Veta Lounge. Today I'm here with Nerome, an FMCG professional. Our topic today is dating in Nigeria. And Nerome is here to share more insight on the realities, challenges, and experiences surrounding modern relationship in Nigeria. Hi Nerome, trust you're doing good.
Hi, I'm good.
How are you today?
Doing well.
So what do you think about dating in this country?
I feel dating in this country has changed a lot compared to back in the days. The economic reality has basically shaped the way we see companionship and the way we see each other. Yeah, so it's very, very different. It's challenging. Why? Because a lot of Nigerians don't actually understand the realities of life in Nigeria. So we have a lot of situations where a lot of people are going about life with a lot of baggages. They take a lot of time to understand that they need to heal from those baggages. Both the guys, both the girls, and we just continue up with life, and later on in life we keep seeing the collapse of relationships. Yeah.
So what I noticed also is that dating in this country is like it's a struggle. So the women are struggling, the men are struggling. How can we manage that kind of struggle in order for relationships to bloom? Because when you see a young girl, ages from 22 to 32, I will not say 35, 32, let me stop at 32. When you ask them, why are you single? They say, the guys are not serious. When you ask the guys, why are you single? The girls are not serious. So how can we, this challenge, because it's a great challenge in Nigeria today. So how do we manage it? How can we manage it?
I think the first thing is we need to tell ourselves the truth. And we're in a space where you can't 100% blame the girls. You can't 100% blame the guys. When a lot of people are telling you they are single because they've not seen the guy, you need to understand what are they actually looking for. And when a lot of guys are telling you they are single because they've not seen the girl, you need to understand what are they really looking for. Well, from what I've seen, there's a disconnect somewhere.
Exactly.
In that a lot of ladies are expecting something and a lot of guys are expecting another thing. We can only get to a midpoint when we understand the dynamics of the different sexes, right? We're in a situation where a lot of guys don't even understand themselves and a lot of girls overbelieve themselves.
Exactly.
You understand? What does that mean? A lot of girls are overvaluing what they are bringing to the table and a lot of guys are undervaluing what they're bringing to the table. That's why you see a lot of situations where when a guy leaves this country to another outside this country, it seems like, wow, how come everybody's looking at me this way? How come I'm desired by so many other ladies from other countries? But in Nigeria, I seem to be like the bottom barrel, right? And a lot of ladies, you see when they leave this country to another country, they find out that why the guy is not coming after me the way
guys used to come
after them in Nigeria. Because in Nigeria, because of the way the country is made up, you find out that even the guys that have money, they don't actually see themselves as being valuable.
Right? Why?
It's a low self-esteem issue. A lot of guys suffered from a self-esteem issue. Now we all grew up in a country where from a very young age, like as a guy, a Nigerian guy, you are kind of at a disadvantage. So when you were in secondary school, if you were in secondary school, you find out that as a guy, you're in a situation whereby the girls in your class they want the guys in SS3 when you're in like in your GSS. Um, people are making fun of you that you are not fine. You know, everybody looked funny in their secondary school pictures. While you as a girl, from when you were in SS1, you've always been desired by all
Exactly.
the
So we've grown up to have that.
So the guys have grown up having this trauma of I'm not worthy. While the girls have grown up with the mentality of I'm a princess. Why? Because when you were in GS3, SS3, guys were talking to you, head boy was toasting you, or the prefect wanted to know you. By the time you got to SS3, guys in Unilag are after you. So you've never really had the chance to face
Then by the time they get to uni, guys are working are the ones.
Yeah. So you find out that all your life you've always been the one that just exists. That's why you hear statements of like I'm the table, because you've grown up into the mentality that just by existing I am enough. Because all through your life you've never really had to prove yourself worthy for anybody. You've always had to just be a girl. Now the opposite side of an average Nigerian guy, you have to prove yourself to your own fellow guys that you are worthy to be in that group.
Yes.
And at the same time, you have to prove yourself to the girl, right? You see, a guy has money, but he has a low self-esteem. That's why he tries to tie his persona into what he has, the kind of car he drives, the kind of money, kind of girls he acquires. But when you go out of this country, because you see a guy in high school in the US is already dating a girl in high school in the US. Why? Because at that place, nobody is trying to impress anybody. And in Nigeria, from when you are a young girl, some girls, their parents are already telling them that you must follow a guy that is above you. You know, so there's already that culture that any guy that is on your level or below you, right? You shouldn't be with him. So we are going into relationships for the wrong reason. So as a guy, you can have money and you find yourself trying to impress a girl who in the real sense, when you really look at it, you'll be like, this guy is fine, he has money. Why is this girl treating him like this?
Exactly.
You understand? Because logically, you expect a guy like this should be able to get a lot of girls. But because that guy is suffering from a trauma where if he sits down to rethink his life, you know where his problems are coming from childhood. Either he was that child that they laughed at him, that he had a big head, and he never really healed from that trauma. He was lucky growing up in life, he had money, and he's trying to seek validation.
So you see them spending so much money on girls. You not be wondering like
why are they doing this? So they are doing it to overcompensate from a childhood trauma. Why? Because there's something that they are trying to heal from, right? But we live in a society where nobody talks about our mental health. You know, you're the guy that was called out in class that you've not paid school fees. You get, and the teacher told you to leave school. It has traumatized you as a child. Now you grow up and you now have money. You now find there's this thing that you want to show people that have arrived. I'm no other boy that they sent out of class. But he's not thinking it like that. But that's what is happening. You are that guy that in class all the girls used to laugh at. See your head. It is traumatizing you. So the minute you get money in life, you find out that I need to surround myself with a lot of girls to show people that I am now a chick smart. You know. So you see a lot of traumas, right? And even as a guy, it takes a lot for you to be able to walk out of that trauma. Start seeing yourself like, look, I'm valuable. There are a lot of guys in Nigeria that they have money, they're living well, they're spending good money. So a lot of girls too, they want that kind of guy. Then you go in and you start saying that, why is this guy behaving like this? He has a beautiful wife, he has everything. Why is he still going around? Because he has not healed from that trauma. So he's still trying to seek validation from other people. And those are the things that I think is destroying Nigerian relationship. Yeah,
very interesting and very insightful. Yeah, I mean, I think you said it all really. Anyway, we have some questions that I'm sure a lot of people have in their head that they would like to know. So, Nerome, would you date someone broke but ambitious? So the girl doesn't have money, but you can see that she's ambitious. She has things in her head that she wants to do. She's talking about, if I have this is what I want to do. These are the steps I want to take. Is that somebody you think you can date? Because guess what? The another thing about that, this question I'm asking you. Some people would always dream, but not take actions, and they remain broke. You know how to
I
answer the
understand.
question.
So
Yeah.
the thing is, I don't think there's any guy
Mm.
who is looking for,
Any guy or Nigerian guy,
generally globally,
generally, okay,
what guys look for in a woman is different from
Mm.
what a woman looks for in a guy.
very true.
Well, unfortunately, in Nigeria, guys are looking for and girls are looking for the same thing in each other. Most guys, in the general sense, don't really care about what a girl is doing. So you find situations where you see a very successful girl, she's making money, she's doing very well, she has her own house, she has her own car, she has her own money, and she will be like, oh, how come I'm not getting any guy answering?
Okay, she's single.
The problem is with, or they will say guys are intimidated by her.
Mm.
The one thing that they don't realize is, and because in Nigeria we don't tell people the truth, you can have money, you can look good, you can have a lot of things, but you have a shitty attitude.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we live in a society where both guys and girls, once they have money, there's this feeling of I'm better than you.
Yes, sir.
Nobody likes to be with somebody that has that kind of attitude,
Attitude.
an obnoxious attitude.
Mm.
So a guy might see that you have money, you have everything, but he doesn't just like your attitude. Or when you try to start pushing his money all over, your money all over his face, it's not that he's intimidated, he's just disgusted. You get. Money doesn't, for guys, money means nothing. You understand? When they are looking for a woman.
Mm.
When you hear guys say they want peace, they want somebody that they can just, it's not like, oh, they don't want somebody that's ambitious, right? You want somebody that understands and doesn't feel entitled, right? If you ask any guy, I'll give you a woman that's going to be loyal to you to old age. She's going to respect you. She's going to support you. She's going to love you. She's going to do everything you need in a woman. But the thing is that she won't have money. Most guys would select that girl.
Yes.
Before the girl that is the CEO, that is the billionaire. You understand why? Because we think that he's taking that girl because he wants to oppress her, or he wants someone he can control, which is not in most cases, not the facts, right? The thing is, for me, what I've realized is a guy can be a billionaire. For example, Cristiano Ronaldo, the footballer, his current girlfriend, where did he meet her? At a store. She was a sales girl in a store, right? He's already a billionaire.
He is so.
Right? He was already a billionaire. And he saw a sales girl, and she's the mother of his kids. If we were to shift that role, she's a billionaire, a popular billionaire globally, and she comes to a store and she sees a sales boy. Would she look at him?
Not in Nigeria. Maybe abroad.
It won't even happen abroad. Yeah.
Okay.
The chances abroad is slim because there's a certain income threshold you enter, unless that person just the very, very few. One thing you have to understand is guys don't select women based on your degree or how much you have. A guy, I can walk into Domino's Pizza and just be chatting with the sales girl and just like her vibe. I don't really care
whether she has or she doesn't
have. Because when you think about it, even if you go into a marriage with a woman, most likely she's moving into your house. You're already paying rent.
Yes.
So she doesn't have to pay rent. Right? As long as you're a guy with sense, you will think of how you take care of your woman. What she needs to get nice. I think this clothes will fit you. You can get her the clothes. If the guy says that this is basically what I'm looking for, he doesn't really care. Oh, you're earning 30,000. He can even talk to his friends to help you get a better job. You understand? But a lady thinks because she grades a man based on his income, a man should grade her. That's why you see in Nigeria, you see a lot of wealthy single ladies.
Yes.
They are very wealthy. They are very popular online. But you ask yourself, where are the CEOs?
Yes. Why are the CEOs not dating this wealthy?
They can keep them as girlfriends and on the side. But why are they not proud to bring you out and say, yes, I'm dating you? You understand why? Because there's an attitude they would have seen. You can tell yourself a lie so long that, I'm very great, I'm good. but I know your friends say, yeah, you're good, purr. But
Clock it, clock it.
the truth of the matter is, anybody that tells you the truth, you think that person is hating.
Yeah.
And it also still comes down to how we grew up. Still the traumas of growing up. As a guy, you live your life being told the truth.
Yes.
As a girl, your dad is telling you are a princess.
Yes.
All the guys in your class are telling you are so beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
So you've always been, whether you can look like an octopus, but all your life they were telling you are a beautiful girl.
Yes.
A guy, if you look like an octopus in class, they will call you, find a name, Octopi. They will give you something. They will tell you if you are short, they will let you know that you are short. So what does that do to you? You understand life. You kind of understand that, oh, this is what life is all about. Well, let me not deviate from the question. Can I date you?
So are you saying you are fine with dating a broke girl that's ambitious? You don't have whether ambitious or not, it doesn't matter.
At the end of the day, right? What are you actually looking for in a woman?
Yes.
You want somebody that appreciates what you bring to the table. You as a guy, you want to be able to have a family, live within your means, with the hope that somewhere in the future you'll be able to get to the next level.
Yes.
And you want to be with somebody that understands you are trying.
Yes.
Yes? And someone that encourages you to try more. You don't really care. Like when I hear this argument of I want a lady that you must bring something to
the table.
And a lot of people get triggered because they think bringing something to the table means cash. Like me, for example, now I know what I bring to the table, and cash is not even my top 10. You understand? So, as a human being that's had some self-reflection, you should know what you are bringing. You should be able to say, "Oh, I bring structure." Right? Why do you bring structure? Because you've been able to work in places where you've created structure. You understand the hierarchy that, oh, I report to this person.
Exactly.
So when I'm coming into my home, I'm knowing that, oh, the hierarchy, the person I report to God. God is my supreme. Then my father.
Yes.
My father that gave birth to me. I respect him as my father. You know, you understand structure. There are guys that don't understand that structure. They don't respect their father and their mother. They don't even respect God. They do anything there. They have no structure. They don't understand structure. So you are bringing structure because in your own life you've created structure, right? As a person, some guys will say, "Oh, I need a woman. She'll cook, she'll clean, she'll do," right?
Yeah. Some guys don't even really send all those.
You understand? For me, I do my cooking, I do my cleaning, I do my ironing, right? Those are things my own dad taught me. So it's not what I'm like, oh, if the girl cannot clean. It's not a key, like, you're not doing me a favor doing that. You understand? So you should be able to say, oh, I know how to build a team, because your family will be a team. You should be able to lead a team. You are a leader because you're already leading people where you work. You understand? You are a hustler. Now, another thing a lot of guys and a lot of girls miss is money. The fact that a guy has money doesn't translate to him being competent.
Yes.
Why? Because we in Nigeria, we value money so much.
Yes.
That we think that you have money means you are very smart. Forgetting that there are different ways to make money in Nigeria. It doesn't really translate to you being smart. And you can have money today and lose all the money in the next 5 years. So if you are judging a man by money alone, you might miss it. At the end of the day, you want to be with a guy that has lost it, built again, right? What does that mean? That means if you lose it in the future, he'll be able to build again.
Exactly.
Not a guy that has never ever experienced loss. What that means is that if you marry that guy and he experiences loss, he'll be devastated. He will start going insane. Why? Because he can't control himself. Mental breakdown. He will start beating the woman. You know, those kind of things. It's not money to afford luxuries. It's money to ensure that the family doesn't ever go hungry.
Yes.
The kids go to better schools than you and your wife went to. You're able to provide some certain kind of structure. And if in the future, as things start getting better than it is today, right, you guys can now start upgrading, you know. So it's not really about what the girl is bringing. It's just about the values and peace that she's bringing to
so
the
for you, it doesn't really matter.
Doesn't really matter.
So you know, as you were talking and something came into my head, do you know that in my own mind, right, I see some in my mind,
Yeah.
there's something you always say that having a friend is different from dating, because there's some girls I see and there's some guys I see when they say they are single. I say, how? This guy doesn't even look like someone that has problem. This babe doesn't look like someone that has problem. Why are you not single? You are fine. You are smart. You have a good job. Like, what's not the issue? Is it that people are not seeing the good side of these people? Because when I see that some people are single, I'm like, is it that, are they blind? They can't see you, or they are not going to the right places, or there's an attitude they have that it only comes out when they're in a relationship.
People might be single for different reasons. Some people, they are single because probably
They are not ready.
they are not ready. Some people are single because of their past relationships. They are now wiser. Some people are single because their expectation is quite not realistic. So have a situation whereby there are guys and girls. The kind of person they are expecting doesn't exist. There are guys that are not, and girls that are not really actually looking for so much, right? But they tend to meet people that are expecting so much from them.
Yeah.
For example, now you can meet a guy that is single. He might be single because he's not just a serious person. You can also meet a guy that is single. He might be single because he has learned from his past relationship, and
I just want to.
he doesn't want to just be jumping into things.
Exactly.
Some people need to, the problem we have in Nigeria is if you just finish from one relationship, you jump into another.
And you have not healed from the previous one.
Yeah, because there's this need for validation. Oh, I must be with somebody. But sometimes you need to, and because it comes to the pressure of you must marry. You are getting old. Unfortunately, a guy might be able to have it that long. When you really, really think about it, at the end of the day, it's your life. You need to be happy. You need to make the right choices. You need to be able to look and ask yourself, maybe probably the person that is meant for you is not in your environment. Maybe the person is not in Nigeria. Maybe you need to travel out and meet other people
and explore.
Maybe your level of thinking and vibration is way above the Nigerian level. You will never know. And another thing is, there's also some people, some females that are single. Why? Because they just want to be having fun. They don't want to be tied down to one person. And at the same time, they are single because there's this statement of God will give me, God knows what I want, He will bring. You get God, even whether you're a guy or a girl, God will not give you what you want. He gives you what you need.
Yes, very true.
And the minute you reject what you need, that means you're telling God that you can select on your own.
That's why you now enter
then
trouble.
You select and it leads to pain. Then you start crying, God, oh, why me? And what does that mean? That means God sometimes can give you a person. The guy might not have money. The guy might not come from a rich home. The guy might not be fine. He might be short. It is nothing that will, but in Nigeria, everybody is dating to please their friends.
Yes.
They want to be with the guy that their friends will be envious of.
Exactly.
And that is what you want, not what you need. God is looking at it as God has seen each and every one of us and knows that what will complete you is this. It might not be physically, aesthetically pleasing to your sight, but in God's eyes, everybody is perfect. It's we that starts looking for imperfection. See her leg, boom. The girl, she not fine. See her head, you understand? We're looking for imperfection. You can be in this country, and every girl you've spoken to, it's like, guys, see how he's black, see his big teeth. And that same guy will just step to like Poland. The girls there will be rushing him, and you'll be wondering why. That guy now has gotten to a place where people that are seeing who he truly is. That's why they say you can't really find love in Nigeria. You find love outside Nigeria. Why? Because outside Nigeria, you see someone that just loves your personality. Not that there are not bad people there, but if you look at the percentage, you'll find more people who accept you for who you are.
There's a story, a friend of mine said, the person, the guy, he said that he went to club in London, or the UK, somewhere in the UK, that I think Manchester, that he went to club, that as he entered the club, that's all the girls, everybody was just looking at him. And this guy we're talking about is not so tall, and nobody really sends him there. So everybody was just looking at him. Before he sat down, like almost 7 girls. Hi, you look so nice. Even guys were like, you look so. He was like, am I this fine? This is him that when he enters club in Nigeria, nobody they look him. You know, it's like, what's happening? It's like, it be like say you go relocate. You go relocate.
You know, even if you go on TikTok, you see some white girls or some girls from other countries. They will leave their country. They will come to Nigeria
I'm
to
telling
be with
you.
a guy. Now, even you as a Nigerian guy, you'll be looking at.
I see some of those videos and
you
I'm
know,
like, what's this woman
the
saying?
thing is that when you understand that those people, they've transcended above the material.
Yes.
They now see people for who they are.
Yes.
That's why, as a person, as a girl, when you meet a guy, you want to try and understand his character. Judge a man by his character. Character is who he is, whether he's going to be poor or rich.
He's not going
That
to
is who he
change.
is.
Yes.
But the reason why we miss it is a lot of us in this country, we judge people by what we see. So you see a guy, he sees a baddie, she's all. That's what he's judging her for. When he's walking with a guy, you say, guy, you're lucky. You see a girl, the guy is driving a big car. You understand? He's just doing everything right, spending money on you. To you, the guy cares about you. But you've never really bothered to understand who he truly is.
Yes.
Why? Because you don't want to ask too many questions and lose the guy. Right?
And then when you now get married to the guy, you find out that marriage is not even lasting up.
Why? Because he starts
his true characters now comes out.
And why it's sad in Nigeria is because, and what many Nigerian girls don't understand, when a guy starts leading with money or what he has, he's trying to hide something. There was a reason why in the village then, in those days, before you marry a girl or say you want to start dating a girl, you will come and meet her father. Right?
Why was that?
You know the reason? A guy cannot lie to a fellow guy.
Are you sure? But these days, some men still pretend though. And pretend like,
a man can pretend to a girl.
Cannot pretend to.
A guy cannot pretend to a guy man.
Are you serious?
You understand?
The father will easily see.
Why do you think when you bring a guy to your father, the first question your father starts asking is, tell me about yourself. Where are you from? What do you do? Where you say your distance from? Where is your father? Where is your... You don't understand? Why is he asking those questions? He's trying to understand the guy. The way the guy is answering those questions will tell him this person hiding something. Because as a guy, when you are distant with your fellow guy, if your fellow guy is lying, you will sense it.
You sense it, okay.
You know why? Guys are logical creatures. A guy can tell you now that, you know, I'm a businessman, I'm into import and forwarding, and the girl will just be like, wow, that's interesting.
Yes.
She just likes
I already believe.
Yeah, the vibe. If a guy is sitting with me and he tells me, I say, so what do they do now? And it's like, I'm into import and forwarding. You know, I can say, importing and forwarding what? You understand? A fellow guy will ask you deep questions.
Deep questions, but we don't. We just
like the vibe.
Just like
so,
the vibe.
There's a reason also when you want to marry a woman, it's good for your mother to meet a woman. A lady cannot lie to a fellow lady.
Very true.
If you notice, when you meet a girl for the first time and you are talking to the girl, or somehow your intuition already told that this person is a bad person.
Yes. That's for the mother or for the guy that's...
For the mother. So let me say a guy wants to marry a girl. And that girl he wants to marry meets the guy's mother.
Okay.
If the mother talks to that girl physically for a long time, she will know something. I don't like this girl.
Yes, it's true. You will not just believe that maybe the woman
now
just
they say, mommy, why don't you like her? She's a good girl and she's quiet. Why? Because a lady can sense when another lady has. But the other lady will be saying, I didn't do anything to her. I didn't do anything to her. It's just a matter of time. As time goes on, that lady will not, that guy will not understand what the mother was saying.
Yes.
Unless the mother is just like a bad person.
Yeah, I know 3 marriages that have crashed based on their mother-in-law. So the boy's mother told her son, don't marry this girl.
Yeah.
He said, why? The girl is good. We have been dating for long. She said, I can't place where exactly the issue is. But this girl looks like someone that is not tolerant. He said, no, that is nothing big, no big.
Yeah.
Do you know that 3 guys I know, one of them, the guy said, the marriage did not even last up to 8 months. As soon as she came into the house, any small thing she's irritated. That's the one that the mother said she felt she was not tolerant. So I have a feeling the mom must have asked her a question. Maybe the way she responded must have this girl is not a tolerant person.
So
you know?
That's the problem we tend to have in this dating world. Is Girls are scared to introduce their guy to the father
Mm.
or to their parents.
Because they feel the parents will see what they are not seeing.
Yeah, not even that, because they don't want to seem too forward.
And
And it's
why?
working in favor of the guys.
Okay.
Most girls now, if you meet a guy that is, you feel that this guy is doing well and everything,
Yeah.
right? You before the guy will meet your parents, you guys would have dated for years before officially. Ideally, if the guy is really, really serious about you,
You should ask for
you
your
should
parents.
no, we want to meet your parents.
Yeah.
Because if you have nothing to hide in your heart,
Exactly.
you will sit down and discuss with the parents.
Mm.
Now, most guys don't want to meet your parents because they are not sure whether they have a future with you.
Exactly.
As long as girls don't start demanding some certain things, because the girls too don't want to demand some certain things.
For
because-
instance, this one is blue, and maybe I'm hustling to marry me.
yeah,
Mm.
we should be dating to marry,
Yes.
not just dating for dating's sake.
Mm.
Now, if you as a girl, you're not comfortable taking this guy that's telling you all these sweet things, I think you're the best thing for me,
Mm.
you should be able to meet your parents. And you two should be able to meet his parents,
Mhm.
right? Yeah, you guys would have been talking and, getting to know each other. But what you want is you want your parents to audit the guy for you.
Exactly.
And you want his own parents to audit you for him. And if your parents are saying this guy is perfect for you, and his parents are saying this guy is perfect for you, whatever outside thing apart from that is noise. Sometimes we underplay the importance of our parents. Yeah, some people have bad parents. That's not nobody's parents is perfect.
Yeah.
But if you have good parents that you trust, they always want the best for you. And there's a way a guy will talk to your father and mother, and father will say, this guy is not good for you. But most of us will say, no, this is where I want to be, because we are not in the world has made us emotional creatures. As a guy, you're not supposed to be emotional, because what does emotion do to you? It clouds your judgment. Right?
Yes.
The reason why they punished Adam was not because he ate the apple.
Why did they punish him?
If you read Genesis,
Yeah.
when they were meeting out, but because he was listening to Eve. Yeah.
That's why they punished Adam.
Yeah.
I thought it was because he ate the apple.
No. Eve was punished because she ate the apple.
Adam was not punished because of
Adam was punished because he was taking counsel from Eve. You understand?
Wow. Okay.
So why? Because they gave him dominion over everything.
So are you indirectly saying men should not listen to women?
No, not that men should not listen to women.
Okay.
Men should think logically.
And not okay.
So when they brought the apple to him, he could have said, this doesn't make sense. Let me ask
God,
God.
if this is right.
Right? What did he do? He took the action.
Mm.
You should, when I mean logical in that, you should look at things in the long run.
Not
Right.
just now.
Not just for now. A lady might look at the now, because a lady needs to be emotional to be able to nurture a child, take care of the whole. A man needs to be logical because he needs to protect. A lot of people thinks, when in Nigeria, when we talk of provide and protect, everybody just think a guy that has money.
Yes.
Money doesn't protect you,
At all, it doesn't.
right? Providing and protecting means providing. Look at provision. Provision is ensuring that your family doesn't go hungry. The rent is paid. You guys can eat 3 square meals. You can pay school fees. You understand? Provision is not luxury yacht trips, right? Because we live in a world where everybody thinks that everybody has money.
Yes.
Provision is my family won't go and beg outside. Protection is I'm not going to embarrass my family outside. I'm going to protect my family name. So when you see your husband entering social media up and down, running after different baddies, it's not protected. He has money, but it's not protected.
It's not protecting.
It's
you.
disgracing
Exactly.
you. So when you just say, he has money, one thing is a guy that has money, another man is a guy that will protect his family name. So when you value your family name,
There's some things
you will not want to put yourself
Yes.
inside. Protecting is, there are guys that if armed robber is breaking into the door, they will join their wife and be shouting, thief, oh thief. You understand?
Maybe those ones are just soft men and they don't have mind.
That's why you are an emotional man.
What do you expect the man to do at that point when I'm robber? He should not shout, Sabi.
There's a reason why testosterone should flow in our blood as men. Let me give an example. There was an event that happened when we were staying in Benin. When armed robbers were breaking into the house, cutting the burglary proof.
Yes, I remember.
So I and Otu, our family friend, were sleeping when I heard they were cutting it, and I woke him, jumped up of the bed from the bed, He ran to daddy's room.
Mm.
Armed robbers, armed robbers, armed robbers. And my father stood up. He didn't shake. He just said, mommy and everybody should stay in daddy's room. He stood up. He didn't move. He didn't do, He stood up, picked a cutlass. Calmly. And at that moment, I was panicking, but I was looking at him like, oh, that hurry up now.
They are cutting for
like He picked a cutlass. He casually walked to the main switch, put it off, casually walked back to his room, carried the acid was pouring inside a plastic this thing. Casually walked to the kitchen, carried a pistol, handed it over to Otu. You know, carried the cutlass. He gave me, I can't remember what he gave us child something. Said, okay, you stay here, they come this thing. And he went to the bedroom where they were cutting this thing and he stood. What he did was, he was able to think clear off the switch. If he too was there, all of us will be in the room shouting,
and they would have entered.
They will cut that burglary proof. They will enter into that house. But because he was able to regulate his emotions, his mind could tell him, put up the switch. The moonlight will be shining outside. You'll be seeing them.
But they won't see you, yes.
Now, because the light is off, the people, they can't see what's going on in the house. So they become scared. If they attempt to come in, he has an advantage.
Yeah. He has acid, he has cutlass, everything.
We are in the house, so we can see them.
But they can't see
us. So that gives you an advantage. And I learned that as a guy, we're living in an era where guys are no more logical. Social media and internet has made us very weak. Testosterone level has dropped.
Really, really dropped.
So that's why you see guys, you see them crying, you see them weeping, you see them begging. Why? Because they don't even understand what it means to be a man.
Yeah, but I think it's okay for a man to cry.
Yeah.
You know, I know we all grew up by saying, man not supposed to cry, you. But it's okay if a man has to cry to let out his emotion.
Yeah,
it's fine.
It's okay.
So, but I think it depends on the situation. You can't be facing a situation where you need to fight for yourself and you are crying.
No, so
that one I will not support you. But if it's a situation whereby, you know, maybe probably you're going through stuff or somebody you know really hurts you, you know, it's okay to let out the emotions and cry. Yeah,
you can lose a loved one and you will cry.
And yes, it's okay to cry.
You might feel hooked up with a lot,
and
you burst out and cry. But you should. What I'm saying, you don't dwell in emotion.
Yes, don't.
There are guys that cry to blackmail you. So they
blackmail a girl or blackmail a guy.
Blackmail their own fellow friend. That's a guy. Oh, bro, I'm going through a lot. Oh, you understand? They just do it because they feel that when people
that's the easiest way for them to
get sympathy. They get a lot of guys that do things for sympathy. Yeah, we all want to have, you know, you can, some things might touch you. You know, somebody can do something for you as a guy, man. You share it here.
Yes. Yeah, I think that's okay.
That's okay.
Yes,
but when you start using emotions as a
tool,
and it's not only tears. Same thing with violence. Violence is an emotion, right? As a guy, the reason why you should regulate your emotions is you can't provide and protect when you're emotionally driven. For example, there are guys that they are driving in a car and another car scratches their car. They are with their wife and kid and they want to show that they are Superman. They come out and you start fighting. Now, as you are fighting, the person brings out a spanner and hits your head. You fall on the ground, you are dead.
What now happens?
Your wife and kids are dead. Controlling your emotions, you ask yourself, does this warrant me coming down?
Is it even worth it?
How much will it cost me to repaint this
exactly
car? And you zoom off. You understand? So, as a guy, it's right to be emotional. But you need to ask yourself, is it right now?
Exactly.
So, is this being emotional, is it going to cloud my judgment? For example, begging somebody to accept you that has told you that they don't want you again.
I don't even support that.
You understand?
Whether girl or guy,
I don't even support that. Be able to, you know, or the girl, you saw the girl with another guy. maybe your girlfriend with another
You're
guy,
not gonna attack
then you now start fighting the guy.
the guy.
Then you now hit the guy now falls down and dies, and then you now go to Kirikiri prison.
Yeah.
For what? You understand? Those are
Very.
emotional, you know,
So I think as a human being, not even just men, as a human being, should be able to control your emotions. Yeah. So that brings me to my second question. Are women really are they asking for too much or just standards? What do you think? Do you think women these days are asking for too much or they are asking for a particular standard? Because I noticed that a lot of girls, when you ask them, what do you want in a man? Everybody seems to have the same thing. I'll give you an example. I was speaking to a young girl because I have a lot of young friends that I speak to, you know, and I ask them questions like, why are you single? Why are you not in it? I mean, you're doing well and everything. I asked the girl, what kind of man are you looking for? And guess what? Guess what she told me? I'm looking for a tall guy that is doing very well, you know, drives a car and maybe living on the island too. I said, okay, fine. Where do you live? She lives somewhere on the mainland. You know, there are mainland and there are mainland. That mainland, I'm not even sure I know where that place is. But anyway, she lives somewhere on the mainland. Do you have a car? I said no. What do you use? I use Bolt, Uber, sometimes KK. What's your height? She said she doesn't know. I said, okay, let me tell you. I think you're about a 5'3" or 5'2" because you're not a tall person. He said, she said that's the reason why she needs a tall guy now, so that her children can be tall. I said, so if you get a man that has a car, lives on the island, and is 6'2" or 6'5", or I don't know the height, very tall guy, you are very okay. She said yes. That's when I just shook my head and said, we have a long way to go. So you think women are looking for standards? I mean, what do you think?
The problem we have in Black Africa, and most especially Nigeria, is we all have smartphones, but we don't use our smartphones to be smarter. In the university, I did economics and statistics. So in every decision I make, or everything I look at, I look at the statistics, right? And what do statistics do? They give you the probability of something happening. For example, you need to understand the difference between possibility and the probability.
Yes.
Right? There's a possibility that you can be a billionaire. I can be a billionaire. There's also a possibility that you can marry Dangote's son. Or, you know, there's a possibility of anything. Everything is possible.
Yes.
There's a possibility that you can buy a cyber truck. Right? There's a possibility that as I'm here, I can have 20 kids. Right? There's a possibility. Now, what's the probability? Probability now looks at based on some certain criteria. Is it probable? I can't be dreaming that I want to be a billionaire. One, I don't have any products that I'm working on. And even if I have a product working on, I don't have any verifiable data that shows that I have the right set of people that will buy that product. I should be able to say there are 1 million people that are ready to spend 1,000 naira to buy this product, and this product costs me 1 naira to build. And if I am able to sell to that 1 million people that are already, these are their data, I will be able to get 1 billion naira.
Exactly.
Then there's a higher probability that I will be a billionaire.
Yes.
Right? However, the product I want to sell is thrift clothes. Right? It's not like I'm going to even be Shein or Temu. I just want to do it in my small district. Then I say I want to sell each of the thrift clothes 1 million naira to 1,000 people. But you say, why will I buy this shirt 1 million when I can go to Bendan Selector? You understand? The probability is very slim. Now to the question, standards. To have a standard, right? You must ensure that that standard you're having actually still wants you as their standard. The problem in Nigeria is that nobody looks at the statistics. Nigerian ladies have a lot of criteria on what they're looking for in a guy. That when they even see a guy that is the best for them, they don't even know that statistically that person is very rare. So what do I mean by that? So a girl says she wants a guy that is 6 foot. Do you know why most when you go on social media, it seems like the same set of people that are dating the same set of people.
Yes.
Well, you know why? It's because, and there's always one guy in the middle. Say that this wife is fighting this side chick that is dating with this other one guy. That tells you that there are very few men available that meet the criteria of most ladies. And if your viewers can do a short exercise, everybody wants a 6 foot. You know how many guys globally are 6 foot? In the whole world, there are 8 billion people in the world. Do you know the percentage of the whole world, both man and woman? 15%.
Out of 8 billion.
Out of 8 billion. Between 10 to 15% are 6 foot. That means if you pick 100 people, only 15. We pick randomly around the world, 100 people. The probability of you seeing a 6 footer is only from 15 people. That means 85 people don't meet that criteria.
Yes.
So when you say you're looking for a 6 footer because you want your children to be tall, and your children complain,
Exactly.
you are short. Does that mean that you are short means that you failed in life?
Exactly.
Go and look at the height of Putin. Putin is 5'7" or be 5'8", and he's the most powerful guy.
Yes, in the world.
Sarkozy, former president of France, is like 5'6". You understand? It's only Donald Trump that has been the tallest president, and I think apparently most of them are average heights. So now when you now say, now in Africa it's a smaller percentage. Africans are not really, it's when you look at Caucasian, you see more tall
people.
So for example, in a friend of mine, I told him to do the statistics. He's 6'3", right? He's a single guy. He's Christian, and he earns about, say, 1.5 to 2 million naira
in a month. Yeah, that's net.